What if Naruto was Momoshiki vessel? Let's start.
Even with his corporeal form destroyed, his essence still lingered. Looking down on the insect that has defeated him, he saw the reason why the insect felt something's am. So you can feel our presence, son of man. The blonde child, son of Uzumaki Naruto, looked on towards the source of the voice, none other than Otsutsuki Momoshiki. There Momoshiki sat, poised, crossing his left his right with a stoic look painted on his delicate features. It's you, Momoshiki. Boruto shouted. Momoshiki scowled in a fashion befitting that of a king looking down on a slave. HMPH, I see. You have the blood of one with the Byakugan mixed within you. Nike. Dad, we're in trouble. He's still. Boruto turned on his back to alert his father, only to find out everything stopped. Dad, what is this? Something's wrong. It's as if time has stopped. Boruto looked above him, only to find out that Momoshiki vanished, and now was breathing at the crook of his back. Even with the power I possess and the Byakugan, I'm unable to foresee my own fate. But yours, I can see it quite clearly. Veins appeared on his alabaster face as pupils enlarged with the Byakugan. Pay heed, those blue eyes of yours will one day take everything from you. I can't move. Paralyzed is not something to be described in Boruto's situation, instead it is unexplainable in mortal terms. He soon found himself face to face with Momosh. And be self-aware that once someone has defeated a god, they cease to be an ordinary person. He gripped Boruto's right hand as he applied a surge of indistinguishable power. That fate, bite down firmly on it and continue to walk the path, O son of man. His last words became whispers in the wind as his remaining essence vanished, leaving a trace of it. Boruto looked down on his palms to find out a marking that would determine his fate. Otsutsuki Momoshiki's fate is unfinished, as the mischievous L had some other plans for him. His mind blank, no knowledge of where he is. Floating in the vast expanse of the void was all he can conceive. On cue, his eyes opened, finding himself in an unfamiliar PLA. With a child, with blonde hair and blue eyes the same as the one who defeated him. Hey, are you that light? Momoshiki looked on the child with a stoic expression as he didn't answer the question. His physical body, reduced into a size of the child. No footwear, only his aristocratic garments remained. His pale, blue hair untied, spread across the ground and his horns were back into its original form. Instantly he knew what happened. I traveled through time, thrown more than a decade in the one with Kagaya's chakra as a child. Momoshiki stood up and gracefully sauntered, turning his back on the young Naruto. His rinnegan on the palms of his hands didn't open, his body in a vulnerable shape as was reduced into a child, the same age as Naruto. By the way, you look really different. I was planning to go into Ichiraku Ramen and I saw what appears to be a shooting star, then it became nearer as it fell. I just follow. And saw that you were the one in it. Did you come from the sky? Where do you live? Asked an oblivious Naruto. He looked on towards the blonde and eyed him that sent shivers to the other. Far away. Far from the confines of this world. Where I came from doesn't matter. His voice, smooth despite in a childish tone. This body is vulnerable. Back in the olden days, my rinnegan did not manifest until I reached my 16th year. Without the rinnegan I wouldn't be able to devour chakra. Naruto trailed off. Why do you have horns? Are you a monster? A god? Was Momoshiki's reply as his stomach growled. Oh, you're hungry. You wanna come with me in Ichiraku? They have the best ramen in town. To be reduced into an insect. Fate is sure to be mischievous. My body doesn't make these disgusting sounds. I'm accepting your invitation but just this once, Momoshiki replied as he walked near to Naruto again. Do you have money with you? Money. Yeah, the one you use to buy things, Naruto answered. He's really weird. I don't have such item with me. Well then it's my treat. You can always pay me later. Naruto grabbed Momoshiki's hand as he ran, forcing the Otsutsuki-turned child to run as well. As they walked, Citizeglered at Naruto and Momoshiki noticed this as well. They're not looking at you, they're looking at me. Naruto said in a hushed tone as he walked. They fear you. Insects don't understand what true power is. Huh, is this it? Momoshiki asked. Oh yeah. Naruto scratched his head. Both of them entered then sat on. One order of miso ramen please, Naruto exclaimed. Hey Naruto coming up. Who's that with you? Tsuki then looked on towards the pale child with uncertainty as if he saw something otherworldly. Eyebrows cut short as of nobility, pale blue hair flowing with the wind. Tsuki saw a disguising mark. The eyes, the Byakugan. Fear gripped him as he saw the child has horns protruding on his I just saw him lying on the grass unconscious. You see he has horns. Tsuki trailed off. The same as he requested, was Momoshiki's reply. Alright. Coming up. Say hey, horned guy, what's your name? I'm Uzumaki Naruto, future Hokage of Konoha, and I will surpass all the Hokage in existence. I will be the strongest and make the acknowledge me. Otsutsuki Momoshiki. You seem to be the quiet type, Yano. Do you have any dreams? Dreams. Tsuki trailed off. Here's your order. As Naruto slurped on his noodles, Momoshiki gazed at the broth that has been served. If you aren't eating those, I'll be eating it. Is this the utensil you use? Momoshiki asks as he lifts up the chopsticks. Yeah. Split it open then hold like this. Momoshiki followed on Naruto's instructions as he held the chopsticks on his right hand. He ate the noodles in a graceful maw. As the food descends into his throat, he finished eating his share then look on towards Tsuki. The aroma is good. The taste is adequate. I told you, Momoshiki, it's great here. Hey old man, I'll be paying his share. It's Momoshiki. Oh, sorry about that. It's just your name is too long. The atmosphere became awkward as Naruto looked on towards the other with uncertainty. Do you have parents? Naruto asked. I might be able to walk you home if you like her. Again, my home is far from this world. With my body in this vulnerable state, it would be years for me to come back. I'm sorry. You know, you can always spend the night in my place or so. Naruto twiddled his fingers shyly. I'm accepting it. I have no other options. After all, beggars can't be picky. Naruto smiled as he led Momoshiki to his home. A dangerous and unlikely partnership has been born. Dreams. He pondered. From the beginning of time, he had no thought of such things. Watching the child sleep beside him is a nuisance. His reserves dwindled from the previous fight, and his chakra is nowhere to its original. He walked back and forth, his teeth gritting in impatience as he has no idea how to retrieve his chakra. Making AM now would impair his chances of gaining more power. Worse of all, his Rinnegan wouldn't budge. Not to mention, these inferior lifeforms, especially the one called Naruto, do. On the bed has been interesting. Seeing the blonde's fate made him snicker in amusement as he saw the forthcoming trials the boy will soon to face. Glancing at the clock, he's not used to dwell in unfamiliar places. His work involves destroying worlds along with his father Kinshiki and eat the chakra fruit. The way of the Otsutsuki he recalls. His ideals are power, and Otsutsuki Kagaya, the former matriarch of the clan, had settled into this planet and was defeated by the insignificant ants th. Dwell in here. Looking at the stars, his chakra is not enough to go out of this world. Then, he grinned mischievously. An absurd idea came into his mind. He would wait till morning to wake the blonde and ask him to be his retainer, and just force him whatever it takes, as Kinshiki is dead and he will just devour this blonde when the right time comes. Morning came as Naruto woke up, and he saw Momoshiki gracefully sitting on one of his seats, with an unreadable expression on his face. Momoshiki, did you have a good night's sleep? Rubbing the sleep from his eyes, Naruto settled down as he opened his fridge, poured down some milk in his cereal, began eating. I didn't. I have a lot of important things to do. Naruto paused and looked at him in absolute confusion. And what would it be? This is a once-in-a-lifetime proposal on my part. Momoshiki paused. Whenever the winds may carry me, you shall follow, and you shall be my retainer. Naruto dropped spoon at this. Huh. Retainer. What's that? Isn't that supposed to be used to align your teeth after? No. Basic knowledge is even hard to explain to an ant like you. Momoshiki scowled. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? This time Naruto stood up and looked at the pale-skinned child in front of him with disbelief. A retainer is someone who serves a lord. In short, you're asking me to be your servant. Naruto's sweat dropped. Indeed. Now, make preparations to depart along with me. I have something to do. Wait. I didn't agree to this. Oh oi. What are you doing? Momoshiki ensnared Naruto with his hair as he got out of Naruto's home. He flew into the horizon binding a ska. Naruto. Taking care not to be seen, he flew higher and higher until what remains below became tiny, not to be seen by the naked eye. Where are you taking me? Naruto shouted at the top of his voice as Momoshiki paid no heed in this. I'm going to the academy. I have something. Hey, can you hear me? Naruto's voice fell deaf in Momoshiki's ears as the Otsutsuki is focused on what plans he's going to. About getting back his chakra. Making sure that he's far away from Konoha, he landed on the ground with grace as he removed his hair wrapping on Naruto's body. The blow tumbled down and massaged his bottom due to the pain from the impact. I don't know what you're going to do with me. Momoshiki faced Naruto and replied. I've already told you. And I don't like repeating myself. After I helped you, this is what you're going to do with me. Naruto stood up and looked towards his companion with anger. I don't want to be your servant or such, as. Dream is to be Hokage and to surpass all previous Hokage in existence. Believe it. You have an interesting fate. You will achieve your dream, but to go there a lot of trials block your path. I know. There is no shortcut to being Hokage. All it takes is hard work to do so. Hard work. No matter how tirelessly you work, you'll never come in the level of power that I possess. Momoshiki grinned. Though, I must admit that due to this thing hard work, that human defeated me. Confusion arose within Naruto as he regarded the man in front of him with anger and fear. The daylight that bathed the surroundings allowed the blonde to thoroughly glance. The boy has bull-like horns, extremely pale skin, short eyebrows, a symbol of nobility, and his pale blue hair that flows along with the wind. Oh, this is unexpected. You have the same powers as Kagaya. Completely different from the other fox I fought. Byakugan activated, he scanned Naruto's chakra signature. Found out that the blonde's signatures are nowhere near as massive as the other Naruto that he has fought. You're completely ignorant to the massive chakra that has been inside you. Walking towards Naruto as the blonde stepped back in fear, he continued. But you're still a grow to unexpected lengths when you get older. Kagaya's powers were not thoroughly passed on onto you. I pity you. Growing up to be a weakling and you don't even have chance of awakening your ancestors' power. Naruto's eyes widened with this. You knew my family. Your ancestor is Otsutsuki Kagaya, and you inherited some of her powers that only she manifested. Naruto, not knowing what to do, embraced Momoshiki and wept. Get off me, worm. Your life will end here if you don't obey me. Momoshiki growled. Cries filled the air as Naruto gripped Momoshiki's clothes in a myriad of mixed emotion. Get off. You. Unused to the feeling of being embraced, he tried to wiggle out of Naruto's grasp but failed as the blonde gripped tighter onto him. Why did Gigi not tell me? I asked him of who my parents, but he won't. I'm so glad that I found a family. This time Naruto let go and looked at Momoshiki with tears in high. As he smiled, seeing the expression on the blonde's face which demands more answers, Momoshiki replied. I know nothing of your answers. It must be fate that we've seen each other. But at least I know that I have a family. Though I wonder why I don't look a lot like you, and why I don't have horns like you. My parents must have horns, that's why they despise me, looking at me with those eyes as if I'm a monster. Naruto clenched his fists as he remembered being avoided by the villagers of Konoha. Momoshiki's eyes gnaw at this. If you're talking about monsters, that's what makes two of us. We already are, he says as he walked past Naruto. The blonde looked at him with sadness. I understand you, Naruto remarked. Along with the power and that fox inside your gut, they'll going to mistreat you more. Fox. So you don't know. Didn't they tell you? What fox are you talking about? Naruto replied as he wiped the tears from his face. I'll explain it in simpler terms. A fox with 9 tails. Those words sent a shiver in Naruto's spine as he let the words sunk into his thoughts. The Kyuubi. Inside me. So that's the reason. Tears fall once again on Naruto's dried face as he knew of the truth. So, I'm a monster. We already are, as I've said earlier, Momoshiki replied in a stoic tone. But, Gigi said that the Kyuubi was killed by the Yondaime. How come it's inside me? A creature of pure chakra cannot be killed. It can only be sealed. But why me? Naruto's eyes fixed on the ground as tears fell from his eyes. Emotions of guilt and betrayal filled his chest. Anxiety cleaved into his gut as his sobs muffled into his throat. Who knows? This Yondaime you're talking about. Momoshiki looked at the sky as clouds began to cover the sun. He must be your father. Though it's my only speculation, my learnings of you lifeforms, most of you are willing to throw themselves in towards a fight just to protect one another. For the good of this abode of yours, he used his O as a vessel to contain such massive power in order to protect other lifeforms from the colossal damage that this entity will do. This is my theory, but I believe that's the cause. But why me? It's compatibility. You possess special chakra that only you can contain. Asides from that, I can see that the fox inside you is not complete. Not complete. It must have been sealed away into another person, as the body of a newborn infant cannot withstand too much power. So, this Yondaime split the chakra, and the one that's you is only the Yang version. Byakugan activated, he searched for more chakra inside Naruto's body. There are some chakra imprints within your seal. I suggest you remove the seal containing the fox. Worry filled the blonde with Momoshiki's suggestion. But the fox will be released. These chakra imprints are triggered once you remove the key. A seal is the same as a prison. A prison has a lock, and the one that opens it is a key. And you, mortal, is to it. Cease your worries as I'll take care of it. But, how will I meet the fox? And what is a chakra imprint? Momoshiki sighed in disbelief. Individuals can create imprints of their consciousness out of chakra that act separately from themselves. These are called chakra imprints. Case. With the chakra imprint residing within you, you'll only trigger their appearance once you remove the seal. This imprints might answer your long-time questions. Close eyes and focus. Centralize your intention to meet the entity. Following Momoshiki's instructions, he sat on the grass. Closing his eyes, he ignored his aching chest as he streaked towards the inner depths of his mind. Soon, hearing of his surroundings diminished as the void in his head became filled with water that reached up his ankles. A giant tree, with the word seal was inscribed on it. Scarlet eyes opened and Naruto was frozen with fear. I commend you, mortal. For the first time, you've met me. So, you're the Kyuubi. Naruto's voice is shaking as he replied. Coming here means you wanted to take my own power for your own purposes. The Kyuubi's voice roared deep as it said the words in anger. I didn't come here to take your power. Mustering with bravery, he slowly went towards the bars. I came here to take your seal. Naruto's words brought a laugh towards the fox's throat. Unbelievable. You're foolish to do that. Though, you have my thanks if you really mean it. The smile on the fox's face is sinister, seemingly tempting Naruto to remove it. Of course, all your seal is up high. Care to help me? This time Naruto isn't afraid, his eyes steadied with determination. This child, the Kyuubi looked on towards Naruto in disbelief. Very well. Naruto gasped as waters inside the sewer wrapped around his lower torso, which brought him up. All you need to do is remove the seal plastered onto the surface of the eye will be unleashed, to dominate this world once again. Naruto looked on towards the seal with a lot of uncertainty. Knowing the beast would be released once he removes the paper, he trusts Momoshiki's judgment. Here it goes. Naruto's tiny hands grabbed the paper as he prepared to remove it in a swift motion. As he was about to remove it, a hand grabbed his wrist, forcing him towards the sewer. Once again. Water splashed and the growls of the massive Kyuubi filled the air. Yondaime, if not for this damn seal, I should have ripped you into shreds. Naruto looked on towards the man, the same blonde hair, with the marks of the Yondaime Hokage inscribed on the back of his cloak. This man faced Naruto, and Naruto's resemblance as the blonde slowly stood up with his hair covering his eyes. In a soft voice, he murmured, "So. You must be my father." Small hands clenched into fists as it swung into the gut of the Yondaime, making the chakra imprint gasped in shock as he looked on Towardson. Tears sprung into Naruto's eyes as he screamed obscenities towards his father. "You damn shitty person. Why did you seal the Kyuubi in your own son? Why? Ha ha ha. Even your own son hates you. I pity you, Yondaime." The fox laughed in dark amusement. "Naruto, how old are you now?" His voice soft as he looked on towards his son with longing. Facing his father once again, he replied, "I'm 7. I know that half of the fox is sealed inside me. Why did you seal it inside me? Is it because of compatibility? Why not other children? Nato, as much as I've wanted to talk to you, I'm afraid we should move into a different place. He's a noisy fellow." The Yondaime's hands pointed towards the Kyuubi. "You Yondaime, I swear I'll kill you." Naruto's subconscious suddenly changed into a scenery filled with white background as Naruto looked on with confusion. "Only you can influence your mind. But for now, I did it myself as I've sealed my chakra imprint inside you. What you see now." The Yondaime didn't get to finish his scene as Naruto interrupted him. "I already know what a chakra imprint is. Why did you seal the Kyuubi inside me? I don't have a lot of time listening to you. I want the details so I could get out of here. 7 years. All those years people mistreated me. Adults would avoid me as they fear the Kyuubi will be unleashed. I wouldn't know anything until I meet someone and told them the truth." Naruto's fists clenched. "Naruto, I'm sorry." The Yondaime looked on towards his son with pity. "I don't need your sorry. Give me an answer." The former Hokage's eyes widened at the tone his own son had used. Getting back to his stoic self, he replied, "Very well." Naruto's ears glued on towards the Yondaime as he listened. 7 years ago, I fought a masked man claiming to be Uchiha Madara. Using his Sharingan, he unleashed the Kyuubi from your mother and used it to attack Konoha. Your mother, Uzumaki Kushina, is the previous container of the Kyuubi, and her predecessor, Uzumaki Mito, was first Jinchuriki. I won't go into unnecessary details, but seeing as your infant body cannot handle the massive chakra of the Biju, I sealed the yin version inside me. I seal inside you is the reason for you to use that power to defeat Madara. You're the only one." Naruto was silent in this, his anger dissipating a little, but a myriad of sadness and loneliness is still bubbling inside him. "I see. What do you know of Otsutsuki Kagaya?" This time, it was Minato's turn to be confused. "I haven't heard of her. Who is she?" Naruto's eyes shot back at this and replied, "Nothing. I'll leave now. I give you my thanks." "Naruto," Minato called. The blonde looked back and replied, "I already got what I wanted. That's the reason I came here." Silence ensued as Minato's imprint disappeared completely as Naruto low on towards the empty spot. He then soon found himself in the real world with Momoshiki gazing on him impassively. Naruto was the first one to break the silence. "I'm the son of the Yondaime Hokage." His face, now rid of tears, had a dark expression in them. His eyes dulled as he accepted his fate. "And he wanted me to use the Kyuubi's power to defeat this Uchiha Madara. That was quite an interesting conversation. How did you know?" "Byakugan. That chakra imprint hasn't ran out, but I'm already impatient. Be thankful as I sent a surge of chakra inside you to force you into the waking world." Momoshiki crossed his arms as he looked on towards his companion. "Sorry, I forgot," was Naruto's reply as his blue eyes looked on towards Momoshiki with a bit of uncertainty. He then asked another question. "The Otsutsuki clan, does the clan have any super cool abilities like the all clan members are blessed with the Byakugan at birth? Our greatest strength is by retaining our youth through ingesting chakra." "You mean immortality? Impressive. Your brain must have caught up with my statements as of late." Naruto snorted at this. What is the ability of the Byakugan? The Byakugan allows one to see through invisible barriers by activating it, see the flow of chakra inside someone's corporeal form and detect if someone is influenced by a genjutsu. In my case, my Byakugan allows me to see fates inscribed towards other beings, but I'm unable to foresee my own fate, which is the irony. Momoshiki smirked as eyes flickered with amusement. It seems you are finally accepting my proposal, Aunt. I have a name. Naruto replied in a scowl. By the way, is it possible for me to awaken the Byakugan? This time it was Momoshiki's turn to laugh. Your race seems to surprise me unexpectedly. I haven't had this much fun before. Activating his Byakugan, he searched through Naruto's genes. Activating the dojutsu is unlikely as Kagaya's genetic code is greatly diluted. Never mind. But Momoshiki's tone caught Naruto's attention. While you won't awaken our prized dojutsu, you might awaken her other abilities, which I'm not aware of. Or, develop her other powers which I myself do not know. The blonde's eyes lit up with excitement. It's by sending my chakra inside you. Genetic codes that are greatly diluted would not awaken overnight. It would take years. And, perhaps your anatomy would change. Then, that means, I would have horns like you. It would be a great thanks for me. Do not excite yourself, child. Everything does not come for free. I don't normally do these things, but as my retainer, your job is to protect me and serve me. I accept. So then, where are we headed? Momoshiki sat on the grass and replied, I don't have any destinations in mind, but for now, seeing as you lack the ability of flight, we'll stay in this position for a few more. I'll feed you my chakra on a daily as also a little experiment, as I wanted to see what will happen to your diluted genes if a chakra of an Otsutsuki is mixed unto you. Then, let's start. Naruto yelled boisterously as Momoshiki put a hand on Naruto's head, sending his chakra into the other's body. This is far from the start. Kagaya, your plans will be foiled by me. Harsh winds blew harder as Naruto grunted, forcing himself to levitate. Lots of chakra has accumulated under his feet, the grounds have cracks from the force of chakra he released into the clearing. It has been 3 days since he left Konoha. As his stomach growled in hunger, Momoshiki sent a wave of chakra onto him, dissipating it. In those 3, he has devoured nothing but only chakra, courtesy of Momoshiki. I have wasted so much time teaching you flight, and you yield no results. I promise you, I will get it. Just wait. Naruto growled in frustration as he panted and fell down the ground in all fours. Sweat trickled into his face as he pushed himself for hours. HMPH. Thank me for I'm reduced into this corporeal state. If I'm in my former form, you are already obliterated. Naruto looked on towards Momoshiki with an unreadable expression as he struggled to learn the signature flight of the Otsutsuki clan. Triple A ag GGHHHHH. Momoshiki shook his head as he sat down underneath a tree and pondered on his thoughts. An abundance of chakra. I envy you, Kagaya. If I have discovered this world much sooner, I would have gained unrivaled power. His eyes trailed down on the blonde as he observed him. The chakra has been dispersed in such a way to prevent outsiders from having their hands on it. Very clever indeed. Yeah, I got it. He looked on towards the blonde and saw the blonde levitating 3 feet above the ground. What was your name once again? It's Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto. I already told you that the moment we first met, Naruto said in disbelief. I see. That name is unbefitting for you. I will give you the honor of using the Otsutsuki clan name. Shock decorated Naruto's face upon hearing this. And the name Naru sounds foolish. It disgusts me. It's not my fault for having such an ugly name, Naruto says as he pumped his fists in the air comedically. Otsutsuki Shipishiki. That is the name you'll hold on to for the rest of your pitiful life. But, why change my name? Retainers outside the clan is uncommon. And you, Shipishiki, are a descendant of Kagaya, which goes without saying. I see. Now that you've gotten it, I have a particular destination in mind. Follow me. Without another word, Momoshiki flew with Naruto screaming to rest but paid no heed in th. A strong chakra, coming at the northern part. Another part of Kagaya's scattered chakra. Both flew until their surroundings are nothing but sand dunes that stretched for several miles. The sand's getting into my eyes, Naruto complains as he covered his eyes with his hands. Momoshiki continued on, pressing towards the harsh sandstorm as his anatomy is used by the sudden onset of changing environments. Coming towards a village is a great. As they swooped down, not to be seen by onlookers. Treading carefully into the alleyways, Naruto, or now called as Shipishiki, followed the grace of Momoshiki as they sauntered into the shadows, catching the sight of a red-haired child and dark green eyes, clutching to a bear toy that keeps him company from the rest of the world. The boy, Naruto deduced, is around the same age as him. The look of loneliness and fear crept into the child's face. Not a lot of chakra, Shipishiki. Though I must admit this child has more than that meets the eye. So then, what do we do? Naruto replied as he knew that Momoshiki has something in mind. He's just a child. Don't tell me you're devouring his chakra. That is something I must do if my Rinnegan is present. He have a lot of years left. I have patience. The child, with the red hair, look on towards the strange people glaring at him. Deducing that both of them are of the same age, he reluctantly sauntered near them but street. Abruptly, looking at their faces with no disgust written on it, he spoke his first words. Do you want to play? Momoshiki looked on towards Naruto, waiting for his reply. You see, we're not from here. Scratching his head, the blonde continued. We're leaving now. Preparing to levitate, sand shot at his feet. Don't leave me. Cries of pleading filled the air as sand dragged the blonde towards the direction red-haired child. On the other hand, Momoshiki waved his hands, a burst. Wind removed the sand from the blonde's ankle and the other boy was thrown with force that made his face kiss the ground. The hell was that? Says Naruto as he stood up, brushing up the dirt on his clothes. Curiosity kills the cat. Momoshiki grinned as he saw the red-haired child glaring at them with sadness. So we just came here to check on him. His hands pointed towards the other child. Exactly. Knowledge is important as it broadens one's horizons. Victory is yours with that alone. Quit your philosophical speech, Momo, says Naruto as his eyebrow twitched. You're learning Shipishiki. Words have drilled continuously into your skull. Momoshiki laughed. Quit with your know-it-all attitude, Naruto yelled as he threw sand towards Momoshiki as Momoshiki used wind release to blow the sand thrown at him. Naruto glanced back, seeing the red-haired child's prone form sprawled on the ground. His face alone sent a wave of unpleasant memories into the blonde's head. I take it you're like me. Words confused the red-haired child as Naruto walked back at the child then helped him got back on his feet. I would like to be friends with you but with my current situation, it will be hard. The child's eyes widened at this. I'm not afraid with you or what, seeing as you're only 7. Me, but I'm not from this place. My village doesn't know that I'm here and I'm not in the mood of going back yet. So, yeah, my name is Uzu. Otsutsuki Shipishiki. The child smiled at this as he said, Gaara. I can't play with you now seeing as I need to explore the world. But, remember this face of mine, Naruto said as he pointed towards his own face. Remember. Name Otsutsuki Shipishiki. He leaned on towards Gaara's ears. We won't meet in the next couple of days and years but do remember that when you're lonely, think of. Name Otsutsuki Shipishiki. Look into the sky, and know that I'm there, looking in and watching over you always. He held Gaara's hands as he spoke. This is goodbye, foe. We are friends, Gaara. This brought tears in Gaara as someone called him a friend for the first time. But the thought also scared him as he won't see his friend for several days and years. Gaara, do remember that I stand by your side. Do not let others blindside your innocence. Trust in me, and only me. Seeing the teddy bear in the distance, he picked it you. Put it into Gaara's dainty hands, cling into this thing as if it's me. When the time comes that death knocks in your door, I will fly and save you from the turbulent tides of. Giving the bear towards Gaara, he says, until then. Momoshiki flew followed by Naruto as they left Gaara, looking at them with happiness and clinging the toy into his hands as his only hope. As they were flying, Momoshiki. Since when did you learn to infuse your will in such a worthless object? I don't know. Call it instinct. Naruto grinned. Changing the subject, he asks, so then, where to? Anywhere, was his companion's reply, which caused Naruto to sweat drop at this. The two doubled their pace, as Momoshiki thought of any destinations that will lead answers in his questions. This is a bad omen, Tsunade thought as she continuously won in the casino. The legendary sucker, known for her losing gambling habits that caused several debts into he, is now winning. She never knew why, but she was now prepared for the worst. Shizune, let's leave this town at once. Yes, Tsunade-sama. Carrying Taunton onto her hands, she helped Tsunade carry her massive winnings in a briefcase as they hurried to leave at once. Onto the distance, T saw two figures, of which are children, and the other one caught her attention as she saw the horns on the child's head and his distinguishing feature, the Byakugan. Impossible, she thought as she saw the other one yelling obscenities at the horned child, but paid no heed to this. Noticing the glare, the horned child spoke. And what do you want with me? Tsunade's glare intensified at this. Noticing the jewel tangling around her neck, Momoshiki whispered towards Naruto. That jewel hanging around her neck is some sort of a relic. Distract her while I swiftly remove it. Naruto nodded at this. Looking back at Tsunade, he spoke, you've got huge jugs. I wanna fuck it hard with my cock. And that searing nipples of yours, I wanna grab it in. Until you moan and your pussy trails off with juices. My tiny fists would even fit inside your asshole. Too bad, I'm so hard I can't get off my perverted thoughts of you. T caused Tsunade and Shizune to have their eyes widen as a young child spoke with such obscenities that only a pervert individual would speak of. Does this child have no id? She was one of the legendary Sannin. Why you? Tsunade growled. I trust in Momo. This is a good distraction as I know no ninjutsu. Naruto knew from the deepest depths of his mind that this woman was no ordinary one, and is a powerful shinobi. With his words alone, this sent a wave of anger into the blonde woman. Forgetting the horned child temporarily, she spoke angrily. Be thankful as I'm in no mood to deal with you. Honestly, your parents didn't teach you of good manners. Tacky as a cue, Momoshiki unleashed a bright light which temporarily blinded the other two females. He flew swiftly, grabbed the necklace from Tsunade's neck with force that snapped off. The two hurried into the skies as they disappeared. The light dissipated as Tsunade noticed the two children are gone, and worse of all, her necklace stolen. Those brats. My necklace, the only thing left from my loved ones. How dare they? She yelled as she punched the ground, causing several debris to fly in all directions. Tsunade-sama, Shizune says as she cowers in fear. That was a distraction. We'll find them and get back my necklace. They're no ordinary children, Tsunade said as she knew that the other one has the Byakugan, and that from Konoha. Little did she know that the one with the Byakugan is not a member of the Hyuga clan. Shizune, find them now. Shizune obeyed without reluctance, knowing that stealing the first Hokage's necklace is a crime not to go unpunished. That was brilliant. They were now in the air, as Momoshiki inspected the necklace with his eyes. The crystal shone with otherworldly luminescence as he inspected it with eyes. Thank me for distracting her. Naruto was panting heavily as he glanced at the necklace. Why do you want it, by the way? This gem is a rare one, and not that abundant in any world I came across. This crystal enhances chakra, and any Otsutsuki who is in possession of one is deemed powerful. The true nature of this mineral is a storage of chakra. For that ant to have these, it is a grave dishonor in our clan name. This must be used to its maximum potential. Naruto scratched his head then asked, you know, you maybe be against this, but we haven't eaten anything. For these past days, I've eaten nothing but only your chakra. Can always sell that. This caused Momoshiki to glare at him. Your world is ruled by the mundane item called money. In the worlds we pillaged, they do the same. I'm not against it on such thing, but taking what we want is what we do. So, You mean by stealing and taking it by force? Great. Naruto noticed Tsunade and Shizune below. What about them? Momoshiki looked down and saw the women looking in all their directions, unaware of their presence above. Our goal is to foil what Kagaya plans in this world. We have N. For these worthless things, referring to the women below. Speeding up in another direction, Naruto quickly followed, hoping they might learn something anew. Naruto has been missing for days and we have found no trace of him, the Anbu reported. Hiruzen scratched his head as Naruto was lost. Worse of all, he's the Jinchuriki village. All he can do is pray that nothing's wrong has happened towards the one he considered grandson. Send a message in towards Jiraiya. He's the only hope out there. Yes. The Anbu Kachikli disappeared from view. Talks about the potential coup d'etat of the Uchiha clan has sent him on fire. And now, another problem has been added by the disappearance of Uzumaki Naruto. Finally, my legs are able to walk this time. Naruto stretched his arms as he took in a dip towards the hot spring. Momoshiki gave the necklace to him as some sort of safekeeping. They have an agreement. Momoshiki would teach him ninjutsu and in turn, Naruto would learn taijutsu and teach it to him in return. An exchange of ideas is Momoshiki called. It has been more than a week, running around and not going into the academy. He contemplated on what his dream will be. Would he still want to be Ho after what the villagers had done to him? He knows he's a monster, a Jinchuriki, and his own father doomed him in a life of suffering. Glancing at Momoshiki's direction, scrubbing himself after intimidating several people, he wondered if it's fate that he met the man. Where did you come from actually? Says Naruto as he sat down on a tree after flying for miles, avoiding Tsunade and Shizune. I already told you, sighed Momoshiki. I came from a place so far away that is unreachable by mortals, no matter how hard they try. But you didn't specify where. It's not important, Shippishiki. Momoshiki sat beside him as he rested his hands on the back of his head. The Otsutsuki travel from different dimensions in search of the god tree. These trees grow from the blood of those murdered in cold blood. What makes these creatures as it bears a fruit that grows once every 1,000 years. We turn this fruit into a drug that we call cinnabar panacea. As long as we have the fruit, we retain our youth and power. Immortality. Eternal life. You must have lived long enough. I have lived for more than 1,000 years, my age I cannot discern. This caused Naruto to gulp. Wow. Was all that he could muster. Now you must understand how cinnabar panacea is a marvel of a thing that is. If I have eaten such thing, I would be immortal, too. Do you have dreams? This caused Momoshiki to look at him in surprise. You know. Naruto swallowed, thinking of what question he's shooting at his companion. You've lived for several years. Do you have children or such? Or any dreams? I have no offspring. I have no plans for such thing. In those years, I only travel other worlds along with Kinshiki. And who is he? My previous retainer. My parent. This caused another surprise in Naruto's part. I've noticed that this reality is different from the reality I came from, where I was defeated by the child of your future you. Though, that reality is different as things will be. Happening differently this time. Momoshiki gazed towards the sky as he continued. There is another version of myself in here and it is unlikely that he will arrive in this along with Kinshiki. It will take a long time for them to come here. What do you mean by my child? You have a child in the future, though by you but not technically you, just another incarnation of you. Let's call it a counterpart. That was a different reality and this real it. Different. And when I change some things here, it won't affect that timeline, as it's a different one. I see. So time travel, though this time it's dimensional travel, Naruto said in glee. There are a lot of strange things in this world. I'm not interested in this. Son of mine be. You. I don't want to have any children. My goal is to be immortal so I could walk alongside you for eternity, Naruto smiled. Momoshiki was surprised at this. As for my dreams, my goal is to be a god, and be immortal, walk alongside you and be strong. We will be together forever. Momoshiki glanced at Naruto, who, enjoying the tranquility of the wind at the moment, pondered about the word the blonde mentioned, dreams. For many years, he has no ambition, only fueled by the desire to surpass other beings by getting stronger. Now, the sudden introduction by the thought of it makes him wonder about what he should with his life. Inhaling the wind for a moment, he replied, Otsutsuki Shipishiki, that name befits you well. In that case, I would never forget your existence. Naruto remembered the exact talk with Momoshiki moments ago. Otsutsuki Shipishiki, the name given to him, his identity. At that moment, unfamiliar emotions swirled his chest. The feeling of being acknowledged, something that he craved for, has finally happened, though he's not sure if that's the case. Another wording by his compagno, thing of never forgetting his existence, brought tears falling down on his face, as he now has family to call to. It is a clan to where you belong to. He heard Momoshiki's voice and saw the as one ret 17. Other rising from the water, returning to the lodge. With Momoshiki out of the view, the blonde smiled, tears fell from his face with that statement and muttered the words, thank you. Come on buddy. Dance, dance, dance. Crowds yelled, throwing money to the man dancing at the stage. The man grabbed the pole, climbed onto it as he spun Marvelou. Amidst the roaring crowds, females and homosexual males loved his performance as he touched his chest, rubbing it sensually as he removes the clothes on his torso, leave him nothing in his underwear. He walked into a woman with lust-filled eyes as he did a lap dance, leaving the woman in excitement as she gave money to the man and bit the item seductively inside his mouth, blowing a kiss to the crowd. He readied his finishing touch. He removed his underwear, threw it into the crowd as they fought to handsome man's last strip of clothing. This was the cue the man took to escape in the bar, bringing in the money he had earned that night. No one touched him sexually in particular, and he hasn't slept with any women, but the experience as a first-timer by stripping on stage towards different places made him dirty. He shrugged it off as he needed money for survival. A job as a strip dancer, that was his line of work. His eyes opened towards the real world, as everyone would these activities just for money. He and his companion stole expertly. Victims don't matter, and be they children or adult. He became addicted to sake but never got drunk. Recalled stealing bottles of sake to sell it, only for the owner to catch him off guard. Persuading the owner to let him go, the owner agreed, provided they would have a battle, and in the most unbelievable of circumstances, he won. He was allowed to leave along with barrels of sake. In the real world, for survival, he prepared in becoming for the sake of it. Stealing goods and apparel was done by his other companion. Undoing the transformation, he hurried back to Momoshiki naked. How much have you earned? Naked from the dance, he slipped the money into Momoshiki's hands. More than 30,000 ryo. A higher amount that I've earned towards the past few days. Naruto's body glowed as he donned garments consisting of a kimono that was mostly white with a red and white cherry blossom flower crest at the collar and sleeves, show that he was of royal birth. He wore sashinuki hakama which were gathered at the ankles, producing a ballooning effect. His footwear consisted of a pair of tengu geta very high enough. This type of jutsu was taught to him by his companion, Momoshiki. As the Otsutsuki clan travel in different worlds, they store their possessions inside a dimension and summon it into the real world should the need arises. He named the jutsu equip as it allows him to change clothes or summon weapons that he stored with use of scrolls. Momo, this jutsu is invaluable. That's why I love this so much, Naruto says as he examined the clothes he now wore. Momoshiki, now donning clothes of white sokutai without the scepter, looked at him impassively. It's a jutsu commonly used in the clan. Equipping clothes is no problem. With the money they have, they proceeded to go towards a nearby restaurant to fill their growling stomachs, and Momoshiki didn't admit this. Naruto was thankful that Momoshiki covered his head with a kabashi. As they strolled towards the village, onlookers looked at them, feeling intimidated by their presence, thinking they are related daimyo but not in reality. Due to Momoshiki giving him chakra, Naruto's skin turned pale. It became paler but not close to Momoshiki's skin color. The whisker marks on his disappeared. His eyes became pale blue as opposed to its original hue. His blonde hair still remained. Naruto knew inside him that his body is changing, as there are times. He vomited blood, but his companion assured him that it was merely a side effect, courtesy of the Otsutsuki's chakra forcibly awakening the dormant genes of Kagaya. Never doubted that someday he would grow horns as well. The days that he traveled with Momoshiki made him learn of the man's personality. Momoshiki has sadistic tend. But there are times he's speaking in riddles and is calculating. He's extremely intelligent, as to what Naruto has discerned, knowing the deeper mysteries of chakra. Momo's attitude began to slightly manifest itself in Naruto, such as having a domineering personality and a know-it-all attitude. Meanwhile, Naruto's personality rubbed on towards God, softening his overall disposition, albeit retaining his malevolence. He became perverted, transforming into naked females to lure men into a trap. He grew a fondness ramen and bubble gum. He became quite of a prankster, though his pranks were perverted in nature, as he would use his powers to strip an unsuspecting bystander of the garments while laughing alongside his companion. They trained relentlessly. Momoshiki dislikes hard work but had no choice on the matter. Learning of the lesson that taijutsu is necessary, he worked along with it, the fighting style of Kinshiki as he employed it in practice alongside Naruto. They sparred together, and he would teach Naruto ninjutsu. Knowing that the blonde has terrible chakra control, he made it a daily habit to pour his own chakra into the blonde's body, to forcefully awaken the blonde's Otsutsuki genes, much to Momoshiki's chagrin as En was able to control chakra. He began teaching Naruto the jutsus he accumulated from his battle with Naruto's counterpart. After they finished eating, they got out of the village. They came into an abrupt halt as Naruto sat on the ground, spinning the chakra on his palms into a ball but quickly dissipated as he still lacked necessary control. That lasted for a total of 3 minutes, Momoshiki said. I swear I'll master this in no time, was Naruto's reply as he continued to spin his chakra into a ball. Momoshiki remembered Boruto, as the child threw that same spinning of chakra on him, albeit disappearing into nothingness, becoming the wind, as it hit him on his shoulder. Release it. Huh? Naruto looked up towards his companion. Throw it. Releasing the ball of chakra from his palms, the spinning ball of chakra dissipated. A sound was heard as it hit the tree, engraving a hole on it. So that explains it. That's awesome. Naruto bellowed in excitement as he stood up and ran towards the tree as he inspected the hole. You subconsciously added wind release into it, thus the jutsu vanished. A surprise attack tricking the opponent to lower their guard, such an ingenious jutsu. This time, Momoshiki created a spinning ball of chakra, doing the same as what the blonde did and threw it towards another direction. The results ended with some trees having despite larger. This is the vanishing Rasengan. Whoa. Where did you learn it? From a fight that ensued with your other used child. He employed same jutsu, which lead to my utterly demise. So you just copied it. The appropriate term is not copy, but rather imitating, was Momoshiki's reply as he flew. Whatever you call it, imitating and copying is the same, says Naruto as he followed. You're learning. This caused Naruto yell obscenities as his eyebrows twitched in annoyance. Tsunade. Hiruzen was startled that one of his students, the legendary Sannin, took a visit in Konoha after several years of traveling alongside Dan's apprentice Shizune. Then surprised that the first Hokage's necklace that the blonde woman was seen wearing was stolen, and the one who stole was a blonde-haired child. And you're saying that this blonde child has a companion with him bearing our prized dojutsu, Hiashi said in a stoic voice hidden in anger. Exactly. Tsundade crossed her arms under her chest. That blonde child is yelling obscenities at me as a distraction, and his companion stole the necklace from me. Disappearing from nowhere. And I'm certain that child with the Byakugan is a member of your clan. No, he isn't. Based on your description that this child possesses pale blue hair, a pair of horns and extremely pale skin, coupled with the Byakugan, this is alarming. No Claw. Members of the same appearance was born, and even if he existed within the clan, his presence will be known. Hiyashi replied. I know the faces of all clan members, start from the newborns up to the oldest. We have heard no such Hyuga if he is Tsunade. The blonde child you've mentioned with blue eyes, that is Uzumaki Naruto. I thought he's kidnapped, but to think he ran away from the village. Uzumaki Naruto. Quote. This put Tsunade in shock, as Uzumaki Naruto was no other than the child of Namikaze Minato and Uzumaki Kushina. When did this happen? It has been a month since he disappeared. I've sent several anbus for this but with no results, Hiruzen explained with worry. And coupled with the notion that he's accompanied with a child with the Byakugan, Hiyashi said in disbelief. Where did you last see them, Tsunade-sama? Tanzaku Gai. Hiruzen clenched his fists. What is the situation of Naruto growing up? This brought Hiruzen back to the real world. He's speaking obscenities that an adult pervert would ever do. And what those words be? Hiyashi's ears perked up in curiosity. Nothing of your concern. Something that Jiraiya wouldn't dare say in front of me. Stopping in one of the peaceful forests outside the Land of Fire, Naruto was resting under a tree whilst Momoshiki continued to look towards the skies. It appears I'm being discussed, he thought as he proceeded to manifest a thought form into Konoha. Despite being shaken by Yoshimaru's death, Gaara didn't fall into madness. The only thing keeping his own semblance of sanity is the teddy bear infused with Shippishiki. While Rasa declared Gaara as a successful weapon, this fueled Gaara's hatred towards his father. He didn't show it outwardly for fear of the other man's anger but tell his towards the teddy bear that houses Brown Zetsu. Rasa also noticed that Gaara would always cling to the toy as if it is the only thing in the world important to him. Tamari, Kankuro as well, were afraid of Gaara, but they're more afraid of the toy itself. They felt that the toy follows their line of sight with its ghastly gaze. Gaara was first surprised when Brown Zetsu emerged from the toy prior to Yoshimaru's death. No one in Suna knew, with the exception of the Jinchuriki, about Brown Zetsu's existence. The full moon hangs above the sky like a portrait, where soft winds drizzle into Gaara's hearing range. Sitting on the swing, clutching Brown Zetsu's vessel the bear, he spoke. When will he come back? You already know Gaara-san. You won't see him for a couple of years as he has a lot of things to do, was Brown Zetsu's reply. This village, my father, he hates me. My mother, too. Gaara wept countless tears as he talked to the being. Your father might not, but your mother did. The words alone made Gaara widen his eyes. The sand that protects you is the will of your mother, not Shukaku. When you born, she vowed to herself that she will always protect you, even if she won't see her own son alive. My mother loved me. This brought another wave of tears on Gaara's face. If you question me on how I acquired that knowledge, it's merely simple. Each object is filled with memories. All I need to do is to fuse with an object and go back to the memories that it has stored up to a decade. Memories over a millennium would take a lot of chakra to perform, and my current abilities are nothing but just the limited ability my father. Once he becomes stronger, so will I. I am his will, his son, his creation, and he entrusted me to look after you. Father doesn't make false promises and he will F you cows. Be strong in your own accord. Do not let the lies of this decrepit village hamper your judgment. Freedom is in your heart. Freedom is love. This brought a smile on Gaara's face as he embraced the bear, his only companion that keeps his sanity in check. Gaara knew that his father is spying on him, following his move. To keep his friend in the village secret, he would run away and go to the red light district, where nobody would even pay attention to him. The whores and the Krimek knew who he was but paid no mind, as they don't want to earn the ire of the cage. They don't even mind Gaara staying in the corners of the shops. They aren't hostile but just indifferent. This made Gaara feel at ease as they won't even glare at him. If he would talk to them to ask for directions, they would just guide him then Leon his own devices. This way, Shukaku's Jinchuriki avoided the gaze of his father. Naruto felt something's wrong. Very, very wrong. His surroundings desolate, the moon in its bloodshed form. No humans or anything alive, just a massive tree where Seve cocoons are hanged. Despite being afraid that Momoshiki is not with him, he kept his composure. He deduced that he is another reality and he just vanished. In his own W. You have enough determination and persistence, you would achieve anything without plague. Sighing, he looked towards a distance only to see massive beasts, the Kyab with remnants of Kagaya's chakra, the Biju, standing idly, observing something beneath them. Treading carefully the paths, he walked ever so slowly and saw a man rise. His father, with cracked face and no arms, along with Hiruzen and the other, he discerned, deceased cage that shouldn't be in the land of the living. There is a male that slew him, and this surprised that he saw with his very own eyes another incarnation of him, several years older than him. Along with the Uchiha Sasuke he despised, grown up. Haruno Sakura, the one who he had a crush with and saw in Otsutsuki. The hell is going on? Was all in his mind as he saw in a distance a man with black hair walking casually towards a dying man with black hair. The old man with horns and Otsutsuki spoke to this reality's Sasuke. Madara was a Jinchuriki. Even it was temporary. Emptied of the tailed beast, he won't last long enough, he says as he halts this Sasuke. It's his fault for using such things, was this Sasuke's reply, his words filled with repressed anger. Sasuke, Naruto, behold the end of your predecessors. Observe this till the very end, the Otsutsuki replied. Hashirama, says the man as he knelt down to his dying friend. I guess neither you, nor I could achieve what we wanted. This man's voice is truly the voice of a dying man saying his last words, which lost its vigor and glory. It's never that easy. Our job is to do all that we can, while we're alive. And then, bequeath the rest for future generations to accomplish. Hashirama's voice, despite the situation being somber, had still had its lace of optimism. So naive, Madara let out a low chuckle. You were always the optimist. Naruto cannot take it anymore. Words exchanged between dead men make him remember the sufferings he had. Anxiety filled him now as he doesn't know what to do. MHE could get information about Kagaya. Get information about this dying his man. He did something no sane man would do. Having listened to that this Madara Uchiha emptied of the Biju, he would make him speak, regardless of the consequences, despite this Madara a different incarnation of the Madara he wished to defeat. He reveal himself, which earned a gaze towards all the people present. He flew into Hashirama's direction and before the onlookers could do anything, slammed his hands onto Mada's chest. Just as what Momoshiki would do, he gave a portion of his chakra into Madara. It made the man screamed and as Shibashiki stopped pouring his chakra, the elder jerked up in a sitting position, clutching his chest in pain. The Sasuke of that world hurried in his direction and Shibashiki, forming a ball of vanishing Rasengan onto his hands, threw it into the Uchiha's direction. It disappeared, hit Sasuke square on his stomach. That's what you get for barging in towards other people's business. He then gazed at Madara, who was gazing at him with confusion. The Biju were confused in the situation, even the Raikudo Sennin, seeing a child that is almost a replica of Naruto, wearing clothes denoting that of royal birth. I did not come here to fight. I demand answers, Uchiha Madara. Despite Shibashiki's childish voice, his tone was demanding and haughty, as of lord speaking to those beneath them. Tell me anything that you know about Kagaya. This widened gasps as the Naruto of that world interjected. Who are you? I demand anything that you know about Kagaya. What's your relation with her? This time it was the Raikudo Sennin who asked. Just answer the damn motherfucking question, he yelled in anger. You all piece of shits, just answer my fucking question. Once you give what I want, I'll be outta here. He then gave the finger to the old man. Such blatant disrespect. This time it was the second Hokage who interrupted the conversation. You piece of Hokage bullshit. No wonder why you never got a girlfriend, it's because you can never wear a swimsuit. You little. Tobirama is stopped by Hashirama as Hashirama held on his angry body. And you Uzumaki Naruto, he pointed. Glares are directed at him, and he's distracting them with his mouth. I bet you and the Uchiha have kissed so lovingly that it brings paradise in that goofy face of yours. Another Naruto went red and then another Sasuke, both remembering. Moments of their first kiss, spat to the ground in disgust. Don't make me remember that, another Naruto yelled. He was then interrupted by one of the Bijus speaking. If you don't state your intentions, little brat, I will devour you. The hiss of the Kyuubi of that world is threatening. Looked on towards Shipishiki. Devour me then, Shipishiki taunted. My, what truly impeccable timing. A smooth baritone echoed and Shipishiki saw, he knew it is Momoshiki. But this time, Momoshiki is all grown up and had a diff. Appearance. Yellow Rinnegan on his forehead and yellow Byakugan. Black markings covered his body. I'm not here to fight fools. I want information about Kagaya. He smiled mockingly. Shipishiki then ran onto him and clung onto him as if they've never seen each other. Years. Momo. I'm worried, you know. Shipishiki smiled as he is on Momoshiki's shoulder, sitting up. Before you could ask questions, let's take this opportune moment to hear what words they're going to say about that wench, or else, I will destroy this world. He slowly extended his hands, a yellow Rinnegan opened on it. Tell us what happened or else it will be your demise. You shoulder this world's fate and I will destroy all of you should you fail to give me specific information about that W. Momoshiki looked at Hagoromo. Spill it out, you ignorant fools. Shipishiki laughed like a maniac as he dropped on the ground. And what will you do with that knowledge then? Was Hagoromo's reply. Father, I sense excessive malevolence in him, the Kyuubi warned. Don't use ninjutsu on him, Sasuke said. If Kagaya can absorb ninjutsu, then there's no doubt these two can. Exactly, Momoshiki answered. My name is Otsutsuki Shipishiki. Otsutsuki Momori. Shipishiki glanced at Momoshiki. It seems they aren't sharing anything. Any ideas? Leave me at that, was Momoshiki's reply as he grinned maliciously. The Bijus were then encased in an orb then vanished. Now, if you won't tell us anything, we won't return remnants of Kagaya's chakra. The onlookers, except with the confused Madara, prepared to attack, only to be thwarted by Hagoromo's voice. If I give you the knowledge you so require, would you agree to partake in a promise to return those Bijus and not vanquish the existence of this world? Super Gramps, you can't be serious, another Naruto protested. I'm a man of my word, Kagaya's son. But I have another condition. Glancing at Madara's direction, he continued. Give us that man, and we'll never approach this world. Hagoromo gripped his staff tightly, before agreeing. Very well.